Hi, welcome to Liquid Motion. My name is Guy Chomet, and today I am going to show you how to build your own underwater Steadicam, or as I like to call it, the Trim Assist. If you haven't watched the Underwater Steadicam video yet, there is a link in the comment below, so you can see how this device can improve the steadiness of your underwater filming from wide shot to macro. All the parts of the Underwater Steadicam can be bought in your local hardware store, apart from the ball attachment, arms and clamps, which I bought from a company called Ultralight Control System, also known as ULCS. There is a link also in the comments below. The attachment I am using today was made for the UK 400 torch, but I believe they don't make it anymore. So maybe look at these two other alternatives, which are also adequate for this. So we need a ball attachment basically with a shoulder to enable us to secure the ball attachment to the float with a hose clamp. And let's not forget, you also need a free ball attachment on your camera housing. The rest of the needed items are PVC pipe. For my relatively large housing, I will want to have a lift of around 1 kilo or even a little bit more to have effect on my housing without having to move the float too much. So I am aiming for a diameter of 12 cm and a length of about 15 cm to get a volume of around 1 liter, which will translate into about 1 kilogram of positive buoyancy. Okay, so keep in mind that we are going to fill the tube with polystyrene, which will make the float more heavy, so less buoyant. The polystyrene fill will make the float a little bit stronger, and if the housing cracks under pressure, it will not completely fill with water and you will retain a large part of the float's buoyancy. Of course, when calculating the buoyancy, you have to take into account the weight of the PVC pipe and the caps, the polystyrene filler, the hose clamp, the ball attachment, and the arms and clamp. So with the above calculation, I should be left with a little over 1 kilo of lift after completion, which is great for housing the size of mine, or even for a deep weapon housing. You will need 2 hand caps, and 2 couplings, 2 jubilee clip, some polystyrene, and some PVC glue. And finally, for the cosmetic, you will need a can of spray paint. One more preparation we need to do is we need to sand the surface that we are going to glue. Okay, just to get that shine out of the PVC. And you do both surfaces thoroughly. Now I need to apply this special glue on both surfaces, and you need to work quickly because you got about like 30 seconds to put those two together. How fast it's gonna bond depends also on the temperature of the room, and the room here is quite hot. Okay, this is good. Maintain pressure. Within about 30 seconds, this should be setting pretty well. So the next bit that goes in is going to be the pipe itself. And then we put the second coupling. Et voila! We have now a one-part close, one-hand close, and we got the inside of the float on which we are gonna put the polystyrene. Okay, let's put it this way. So here I'm using a clamp. Okay. So we are back from the workshop now. We have our float completed. Everything is assembled, it's glued, the glue has set, the paint has dried up. We have the 2 house clamp and we have our ball attachment. So we put a house clamp over and we're gonna put our ball attachment relatively in the middle for the ball to be in the middle of the float. Alright, and then we're gonna close the hose clamp. So we're gonna go back now to the workshop and apply a little bit of black paint on the hose clamp so they blend with the float. Go! Et voila, now we've got an underwater Steadicam. All we have to do is connect it to the housing. If you find this content useful, please click like, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell to be notified when we release our next video. If you have already subscribed, I will see you in our next video. And cut!